Hi, this is Renee Stanley from Movie Review Relay, and today we're talking about Furiosa. Now, a lot of you might say, well, who is Furiosa? Well, I'll tell you what, if you remember the Mad Max Fury Road movie that came out in 2015, then you would understand that that's a Charlize Theron character who played this action warrior, a lot of vengeance and a lot of hatred. But I'll tell you what, you'll see in this movie, Furiosa, the origins of that character, and you'll understand why she's so bitter. That's right, she has a right to be bitter. And I tell you, I looked at Chris Hemsworth, almost didn't know him. They put like a prosthetic nose on him because this picture is a apocalyptic picture, dystopian universe of Mad Max, where most people are disformed or disfigured. And when you see Furiosa was raised up in a place of abundance, a mirage, a Garden of Eden almost, you can understand why those people are allegedly beautiful, in the commercial sense. And you understand what's been robbed from them when you go into the other universe outside of the abundance of life. I'll just tell you first of all that it is the hot ticket this weekend. A lot of the screenings were almost sold out, if not sold out. All right, so you have to get your tickets early if you want to get a good seat. Now, don't feel like because you've seen Fury Road and you know that Charlize Theron's character, Furiosa, has a mechanical arm and a bald head. Well, I kind of know she's going to survive this movie, Furiosa. Furiosa is a prequel. So you might be thinking, I don't need to see it then. No. George Miller is a director, and he brings the action. You will enjoy the car chases, explosions. This picture is very well done. It's beautifully lit. The set design is wonderful. And I'll tell you what else. The music was nice. I enjoyed the music. Okay, and as far as the rating is an R. So just be careful if you're squeamish. The movie is rated R, and it's a hard R. Yeah, you're going to see some gory stuff. But that's the Mad Max universe. You might see some nipples ripped off. I said that. I know I shouldn't have said it, right? All right, forget it. Chris Hemsworth, who plays the villain, he plays villains pretty good. A lot of us don't accept him in any other role except for Thor Odinson, the God of Thunder. I love when he does. All right. I love when he does that. Okay. However, you're gonna like Chris Hemsworth in this. He reminds me, something always reminds me of another movie, right? Do you guys remember him years ago? I think it was 2018 when he did Bad Times at the El Royale. And he played a villain in that one too, if you remember. And yeah, he plays a good villain. He plays crazy kind of good, So give him a chance. Everybody just wants to see him in Thor, Thor, Thor. Whenever he has movies and he's not Thor, then people seem not to welcome him or receive him as much. But give it a chance. I think you might like it. You're going to see chapter cards that introduces segments of the movie, but you may not need that. I'm not sure if they excluded those chapter cards, would I have missed them? I don't think so. But you see what you tell me if you enjoyed it as much as I did. I think it's a very good film. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. Furiosa easily comes up at a 3.5, and give it an extra star if you love Mad Max like there's no tomorrow. You'll also see how Furiosa lost her arm, why she had to cut her hair off. This whole mindset of the women during that period, the women that looked beautiful versus the ones that were disfigured, is an issue within this film. All right, and so you guys know George Miller. He's an Australian filmmaker, and he's basically created this franchise, this Mad Max franchise. Furiosa stars Anne Taylor-Joy. And you guys remember her. She's been in a lot of movies, but do you remember The Menu? Yeah, she was a little heroine. I call her a heroine. There was a young girl. I have the guys put the name up on the credits. who played the young Furiosa. She was wonderful too. Now, the character Furiosa doesn't have a lot of lines. She's not very verbal. At one point, you'll understand why. Some of it is trying to protect her life. However, I'm going to tell you now, they both were wonderful. The younger one and the older one. Very nicely done. George Malia did a great job again, you wonderful guy, you. All right, so he's the director. He put this thing together. He created the characters, and he's carrying it forward. He's giving the fans what they want. They loved all of this action and going on in cars and explosion. They love that. The motorcycle chase is the whole thing. And stay to the end of the movie. The end of the movie will connect this film to the Charlize Theron film in 2015. Because remember, it's a prequel. So just stay to the end. Don't leave until you see that part. And you'll be happy, I think, when you leave out of this film. Let's say that you don't want to see anything gory and violent. You have your kids with you. It's Memorial Day weekend. You want to spend the weekend with your family. And you don't want to see anything gory, or bloody or anything like that, or rated R. Because this movie is rated R. Go and see, then, Garfield. Now, I'm going to tell you right away, a lot of the Garfield is an animation picture. I think a lot of you know the character. That's fine. And a lot of the audience reacted very quietly. A lot of the jokes, which can be for young or old people, but I should say for older and younger people. I'm old too, so don't get upset with me, all right? So, old lady does the best she can. Garfield, some of the jokes fell flat. It wasn't a lot of people there, but during the weekend, it's a long weekend. I think the audience will pick up. The viewers, the ticket sales will pick up. I think you might like that because remember, kids have a different meter criteria as far as what they think is a good movie. So they just might like the animation, which was fine. I looked at some of the kids because I love to look at kids when I go to animation pictures, and they enjoyed it. They did. Okay, it was an early access, so I saw not a lot of kids, but I did see some people bring their children, all right? And they seem to have enjoyed it. So Garfield is another movie you might want to see if you don't want to see the R-rated Furiosa, okay? A lot of people went to see Garfield because Samuelljackson is voicing some of the characters. Chris Pratt, he's voicing other characters. They're very popular actors, and even if you don't see them, a lot of people enjoy just supporting the voice actors, the voice acting, I should say. So you still might want to see Garfield, all right? If you are in the mood for R-rated movie, but you don't want the blood and gore, then you should see Babes. You got New York City, these two women, one of them is having a baby, and guess what? They're going to try to have this baby without the help of the father, which was a one-night stand. So I'm not even sure. A lot of women make that choice. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to go there. All right, so Babes is directed by Pamela Adlon. Babes stars Alana Glazer and Michelle Buteau. Now, if I pronounce their names incorrectly, you guys should be used to that by now. Because I'm terrible with names. I've always said that. You know this. All right, so that picture, like I said, is rated R, but it's a comedy. At least you get a couple laughs. And you won't see, I don't think the nipples are being torn off in this movie. All right. Until we meet again. I got some company waiting on me, folks. And I'm sure you guys are going to have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. You guys take care. We'll see you next week. And we'll talk about some more stuff with the movies. Until we meet again, it's Renee Stanley from Movie Review Relay.